Welcome back to YouTube. It's Maisha, an everyday encounter on an ordinary life off an aspect. Is you aware that someone has actually brought my attention to do something about confidence speaking, or just confidence in general, putting up our self-esteem as an autistic community. Pretty much, I'm just hoping to encourage people, not just for people in the autistic community, but people in general. Hopefully, maybe if they do suffer from self-confidence and whatever else that could be. As you know, there's some of the suggestions that I might give to you right now based on my research and based on my experiences may be different to you all, but hopefully that maybe you can take some on board and just basically see what we can do together to make it work. I believe once in a while though, however, we get knocked off on our feet, and sometimes when certain things doesn't go our way, that we just feel that we just need to hide away and just forget about it and just, you know, try and put a smiley face and everything on it, you know, but that's not always easy. I sometimes also feel that whatever particular situation that gets in our way, we need to, you know, quick smart solve it. That's me anyway in general. Do remember, however, that when it comes down to when things get too much for us, or when we get too overwhelmed and that we can't do everything all at once, like what I'm learning right now. I can't be a superwoman trying to solve everyone's problems or trying to solve my own problem. Sometimes I'm trying to learn now to let go of certain situations that I may not be able to solve, you know, even though I may not have the answers, even though some people might start swearing and cussing under their breath, why didn't it work, you know, and all that. But that's depending on them. Anyway, sometimes, however, I believe that I want to share with you all that as to what I've been through in life, that I'm more at peace now than I was, even though I used to be so flustered, worrying about everything, what people may say or think about me, no matter what it may be. And sometimes now it's just like I keep trying to tell myself that's their business. They can judge me for whatever it may be of that situation, and I just feel that no matter what, that hopefully maybe one day they'll just see it in a way that I see it maybe. Some of the subjects I used to do in school was compulsory, that I enjoyed doing, you know, and sometimes, like, part of me felt like, obviously, I was too well absorbed, obviously, in my science, and like in my high school years, I was average or above average. I don't know if I've shared this already, but I was an average above average student, and basically I was self-absorbing myself more and more into books and just writing things down on paper and whatnot, and many people were like looking at me strangely, sort of thinking what the hell is going on in this girl's head, you know, why isn't she socializing? But you got to remember also though, remember that people that is on that autistic realm, pretty much that we tend to, when we socialise, we tend to have everything like a script written down or inside our head, like a film strip, to me anyway. I remember one time that I used to enjoy going and trying to express myself more based on singing, pretty much in a choir. Pretty much I did a bit of choir lessons. I did a bit of like socialising and hosting Japanese students back in the days in high school. I also pretty much did some like youth council work, pretty much also did a lot of things just to get myself involved, but not to be noticed, but just to get in the self-involvement in the community, regardless what it is. However, I'll also say this, that English, despite some parts like speaking in public at the time, was my weakest part, even though I like to write creatively. Pretty much speaking in public was the one that really stunned me and overwhelmed me to the point that I thought, heck, what the hell am I doing here? You know, sometimes, you know, some of us may feel that way, and yeah. I believe that for some of the activities though done at school, I did well, and I couldn't have done it without the support of those teachers in school, as well as to the ones that are also still present today in the project. That basically, without them, I wouldn't be here where I am today, since, you know, despite my social anxieties sometimes come and go, I tend to just, you know, do what I can when I can. And at this moment of time, I've been pushing myself so hard to the point that it gets really tiring and exhausting, which I have been. Sometimes, however, how I built my own confidence is like, I remember back in the days in school, I think back at like during the time when you do PE and that, there's some confidence building, you know, trusting your teammates, trusting whoever that's in your circle at that given moment of time, sort of thing, is another confidence building. Another one is basically, you know, if you feel low and out, I don't know, write stuff down, or do video blogs as I'm doing, and revert back to them later on if you feel to. Also another one was basically, we did some role play in certain parts in English, and as well as some parts where I was in Polytech at the time, basically, and I felt that, you know, with those that was kind of cool fun. Also that I find sometimes I used to look in the mirror, which I don't have a mirror anymore, look in the mirror and try to just tell myself, you know, who and what I am, trying to, you know, bring up all these positives and whatnot, you know, of who I am. To the point, basically, of no return. Sometimes I find that looking in a mirror, even though you may be looking back at yourself, is a good thing. Sometimes some people may disregard themselves while looking in the mirror, be it when they are low and out, when they feel that they're too fat or ugly and they have all these other negative thoughts running around. We're not fat and ugly, we're just our own being made in different ways in the DNA makeup. As you can see, pretty much maybe in most of my videos, I've been using my hands a lot as I talk to you a lot. I use them to emphasize my points to a point that hopefully won't be too overbearing for people that watches these. Confidence in talking to people, and it's getting easier for me to just a little bit. I'll say that now. Sometimes it's like I just imagine myself on a TV screen acting like I have a script in front of me or behind me or wherever inside my mind of a certain setting in that kind of place and every time. Autistics are talented and skilled, whatever levels they're at, sort of thing. They can bounce back from drama, music, technology, and whatever the likes of their interests. Sometimes music is a therapy for some people, be it using musical instruments, pretty much, and more. Keep practicing and use probably a camera if you want to build up your confidence and actually just basically speak whatever comes to mind and heart at that time. Just imagine that you're talking to someone in front of that camera. And last but not least, I usually use the I statements when I used to have a mirror in front of me. You know, I am beautiful, I am intelligent, I am more than what the words may say. Words may come and go, they may hurt me, but what I feel about myself will determine the outcome of the future more. Well, this is a short blurb basically on self-confidence building for people on the A spectrum or just the autism community, but can also hopefully help for other people outside that. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, you know, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, you know the drill, and I'll see you all soon.